The Lost Winter and the Found Treasure. Once upon a time, in a cozy corner of a forest full of tall trees and singing birds, lived a young squirrel named Nutty. Nutty's fur was as brown as the rich earth and as soft as a cloud. He had shiny eyes that sparkled when he was excited, which was most of the time. Nutty had many toys that he loved to play with. He had a toy acorn that squeaked when he squeezed it, a little wooden cart that he could fill with pebbles, and even a tiny swing made of twigs and vines. He would spend hours racing his cart down small hills, swinging as high as he could, and playing pretend games with his squeaky acorn. His dad often watched him play and would say, "Nutty, would you like to come with me to find some nuts? It'll be a fun adventure." Nutty would shake his head and reply, "No, Dad, I'm busy racing my cart down the hill. Maybe next time." And off he would go, zooming down the hill as fast as his cart could take him. Another time, Nutty's dad would offer, "How about we build a new nest together? We can make it extra cozy." Nutty would respond, "I'm swinging on my twig swing, Dad. Maybe later." And he would keep swinging, trying to touch the sky with his tiny paws. Then, one year, winter came early. The forest turned cold, and the leaves started falling faster than ever. Nuts were scarce, very hard to find. Nutty's dad had no choice but to go on a long journey to a faraway forest to gather food for the winter. At first, Nutty felt excited. "Now I can play all day without any interruptions," he thought. And so he did. He raced his wooden cart down bigger hills, swung on his twig swing until he was dizzy, and made up new games with his squeaky acorn. But as days turned into weeks, Nutty started to feel a little lonely. He realized that something was missing. He missed hearing his dad's funny jokes that made him laugh so hard. He missed the warm hugs that his dad gave him every morning. He even missed the little songs his dad would sing while looking for nuts or fixing their nest. His mom noticed how quiet Nutty had become. "You seem a little down, Nutty. Is something bothering you?" Nutty looked up with sad eyes and said, "I miss Dad." His mom hugged him tightly and said, "Now you understand why family time is so special, Nutty. Your dad had to go find food for us, but the real treasure in life is the time we spend with the ones we love." Nutty felt a tear roll down his cheek. He finally understood what he had been missing. All this time, he had been so caught up in his own fun that he had forgotten the joy of spending time with his family. Finally, after what felt like the longest winter ever, Nutty's dad returned. He looked tired but happy, and he had a big bag full of nuts with him. As soon as Nutty saw him, he dropped his toy acorn and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him. He jumped into his dad's arms and gave him the biggest, tightest hug ever. "I missed you so much, Dad," he said, his voice shaky. His dad hugged him back and said, "I missed you too, Nutty. I'm so glad to be back." From that day on, Nutty made sure to spend more time with his family. He still played with his toys, but they were more fun when he shared them with his mom and dad. Whether they were finding nuts, building nests, or just sitting and talking, Nutty knew that these simple moments were the real treasures of life. So kids, what lesson do we learn from this fairy tale?
Auntie Karen, this story shows us that we should spend lots of time with our family because it's super important. Playing games and having toys is fun, but being with our family, Laughing and hugging is way more special. It's like the real treasure is our family, not the toys or the games. So we gotta remember to share our time and our love with our mom and dad.
You are right. This is a really good, deep answer. I hope everybody understood this important lesson from our today's fairy tale. I'm looking forward to seeing you all at our next session in Auntie Karen's Fairy Tale Academy. And, dear little ones, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up if you liked the story, and subscribe to always be in the front row for our classes. Can't wait to share more magical tales with you. See you next time.